Hello everyone, so today we have a 30-minute class focusing on our lower body. So a big stretch for that lower body, mobility, strengthening, all of those things. If you do want blocks, please grab blocks. That's going to be really helpful for low lunge, half splits, and straps as well could be really helpful for the end, and we do some hamstring stretch on our backs. Remember, straps can be a belt, a scarf, an old t-shirt, anything like that. Okay, so let's come to the top of our mats. We're actually going to start standing today. Okay, coming all the way up, top of the mat, feet hips width distance apart, hands down by your sides, closing down the eyes. And just breathing here, in through your nose and out. Feeling the feet connected to your mat. And feeling the crown of the head reaching up tall. Dropping those shoulders down away from your ears. Ears over the shoulders. A gentle squeeze of the glutes. Maybe a gentle bend through your knees. Feeling every single toe connected to the floor. Lifting up through the inner arches, connecting all the way round to the heel. As you breathe in, feel that breath expanding and relaxing your forehead, your eyes, your jaw. Your shoulders keep dropping down. That belly is soft and open, ready for every inhale to expand it, and every exhale to bring it back. Just check in with your body. Check in with any tension that's in your body. And we're using those exhales to release that tension. Really nice. And one more deep breath here. And out, maybe a big sigh. Feel free to keep the eyes closed as we inhale, as we reach the arms up overhead, as we gaze up. As we exhale, as we fold over to the right. Stretching through the fingers, reaching those fingers up to that top corner. Feeling that stretch down the left side of our body. Lengthening through the right side. Inhale all the way back up, gaze up. Exhale over to the left. Feel that stretch now moving to the right side of the body, lengthening through the left. Maybe you've still got a gentle bend through the knees. Trying to keep the head, the ears in line with your biceps. Trying to keep that chest nice and open. So opening up that right side to the sky. Inhale all the way up, gaze up. This time as we exhale to the right, we're just going to stay there for a second. And then we're going to bend the knees a lot. We're going to allow the arms to completely drop to the right side as we rotate down into a forward fold. Our arms are down, our head is down. As we inhale, we're moving up through the left side into that side bend. And standing all the way up, gazing up. Exhale, folding over to the left. Just hold it for a moment until you come all the way down to the floor, forward fold. All the way up to the right side, standing all the way up, really nice. Hands down by your side. Now they can be placed on your hips if you want, because we're going to come into some hip mobility. So just stick those hips out side to side, feeling the side of your waist getting shorter depending what side the hip is moving to. Good job. Really releasing your inner Shakira here. Okay, now we're going to stick our hips forward, so we're going to kind of tuck that tailbone and then out, stick that bum out, under and out. So ribs and hips getting closer as you tuck that tailbone, and further as you stick that tailbone away, exactly like we do in our pelvic tilts when we are on the ground. And then coming into some hip circles. Big circles all the way around. As slowly as you want to go, other way. Good job, really waking up that lower body, creating mobility in our hips already. Coming back to stillness when you're ready, nice. Okay, reach those hands all the way up, gazing forward, transferring the weight over to the left side, lifting up that right knee, hugging it into your chest. We are going to hold here, one breath in and one breath out. Crossing that right leg over the left, sinking down into your figure four. Feel free to move your hands to heart center in prayer. Really drawing that right knee away from you in this figure four, flexing through that right foot, sinking down as much as you want to go. Keeping that chest open, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhale all the way back up, reach those arms up, stork pose. Moving into tree pose, you can use that right hand to help that right foot into the inner thigh. You can place your hands wherever you want them to be at heart center, reaching up to the sky in prayer behind you. Really activating through that left leg, so the left thigh is rock solid as you push both of the left leg and the right foot into one another as you squeeze those glutes to open up that right knee to the side. Good job. Breathing here, gazing at that one point, finding your drishti, finding your focal point, and breathing. If you are wobbling, noticing as you come back into the pose, where you had the pressure, where you had the weight on your foot, did you have it evenly? Were you breathing? Maybe you're just super frustrated and actually that frustration is not helping you balance. Good job. As we inhale, we can keep our hands at heart center or move them up to the sky, coming back into your stork pose. And then slowly bending through this left knee so much as we take the right knee behind, we're going to come all the way down to the ground. So we find ourselves in this twist. Left foot over the top of the right knee or foot behind us. Into our twist. Right hand crosses over onto that left thigh, left hand behind us, gazing back. Really nice. Sitting up nice and tall. Trying to sit evenly on both sit bones. Final breath in. As we exhale, we move forward. Our hands come down to the right side of our mat. As we come up with our hips to the sky. As we walk our hands to the back of the mat, our feet turn to the back of the mat, and we keep turning until we're at the front of the mat. Somehow I'm now in my twist, but the other way, so right foot over the top of the left and the left is under. If you didn't quite get there, just do a few movements to get there now, and we come into our twist again. So this time it's that left hand reaching over onto that right thigh. Right hand behind us, we are in our twist. We're gazing over that back shoulder. We're thinking about pushing through evenly through the sit bones down to the floor. Really twisting on that axis, sitting up nice and tall. If you feel like the ground is too far away for that back hand, you use a block to lift you up so you can have the tallest back. Really nice. Twisting all the way back round to the front. Now, if you can, no hands, reaching the hands forward off of the ground. We are pushing our weight forward, pushing the right foot into the floor as we lift up. Lift the left knee all the way back up into our chest, up into the sky with our hands. We're in stalk pose. Hands come all the way down to our sides. Somehow I always come off of my mat doing that. Good job, okay. Inhale, hands up to the sky at the same time. Peel that left knee up into your chest. Crossing over into your figure four, wherever you want those hands to be. Flexing through that left foot as you drive that left knee away from you. Keeping that chest open. Really nice. Inhaling, coming all the way up, stalk pose. Using that left hand to help the left foot come into your tree. Maybe you take a different arm variation this time. Rock solid with that right thigh. That's going to give something for your left foot to push into for your tree. Remembering that your tree is your tree, so it's not necessarily with your foot into the thigh. It could be into the calf, or it could be the ball of the foot on the floor with the ankle pushing into the other ankle. Trying to be as soft and steady here as you can, using that breath. Good job. Inhale, taking that left knee back up into your chest stalk pose. Bending a lot through that right knee as you take that left knee behind the right as you come all the way back down to the ground. Your right foot is on top, your left foot is on the floor. You come into your twist again. Left hand crosses over onto that right thigh and you're twisting round, gazing over that right shoulder. Breathing here. Exhaling, coming all the way around to the left side. Hands come down to the left side, pushing up onto your feet, sending your hips up to the sky. Toes face to the back of the mat as the hands walk to the back of the mat. As the hands walk to the right side of the mat as you twist all the way around. So the left knee is on top, right foot is on the floor. Back into that twist. So the right hand is crossing over to the left thigh, the left hand is behind us. Good job. Gazing over that back shoulder. Final breath in. Exhaling, we are twisting all the way back forward. We're reaching our hands forward. We're going to try and do this no hands, pushing up onto that left foot and standing all the way back up. Stalk pose, arms reach. And back down, both feet to the floor, hands by your sides. Really nice. Inhale, hands all the way up, gazing up. Exhale, interlace the fingers, drive the palms of the hands up to the sky. Exhale, reach the arms forward, really curving through that back, so tucking that tailbone. Head stays between the arms. Inhale, taking the arms back up, gazing up. Exhale, coming into that big curve, into almost that cat back. Reaching the arms as far away from you as you can. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Keeping your back where it is, slowly bend the elbows, taking those interlaced fingers behind the head. Oh, it's difficult with a bun on my head. Keep sending that chin to the chest. You can drop the elbows in, just using a little bit of extra weight on the head. And then slowly, with nice bent knees, rolling through the spine as you come all the way down into your forward fold. Release the arms down. Release that head, shaking, nodding that head, really nice. Placing both hands to the ground or on blocks, stepping back with that left leg. We are in our low lunge, whether you want to be knee down or knee up. Thinking about that nice open chest. It's always the same through our yoga practice. Hugging the right hip in towards us rather than sticking out and dumping into that hip. And coming back into a version of pyramid pose, we're going to keep on the ball of that left foot. So again, you may want to have your hands on blocks. We are pushing the hips backwards. We're straightening, does not need to be straight, through that right foot, or right leg, sorry. Keep thinking about that nice straight back. Working both legs, so squeezing the thighs, engaging the thighs. Having that back almost like a half lift. So squeezing the shoulder blades together, chest open. Now with the foot flat on the ground, that probably for most of you is going to be the easiest, the most accessible position of that front leg. You could try, if you want to, do some neural flossing, so flossing of those nerves. You could flex that right foot up, so foot to your face, and then place it back down. And keep going up, down, or you could keep it there. You're going to really feel that stretch moving through the calf as well. Really nice. Placing that foot back down. If it wasn't down, coming down to your left knee, untucking the left toes. We are going to come to our half splits. Walking the hands back, sending the hips back again. Those hands can be on blocks. Remembering the flexed foot is going to be the slightly more challenging option, so you could just allow that foot to point gently forward. And then bring this right foot completely across to the other side of the mat. And then turn the toes inwards, so towards the left side. And then again, fold over. You should be feeling more of a stretch down the outside of that leg through to the IT band. Really nice. Bring that foot straight back in front of you again, walking all the way forward, back into your low lunge. Walking the hands all the way round to the side, turning the toes round to the right side. You are in your wide leg fold. Again, you can bring those blocks with you. Hips up to the sky as you allow that head to drop down. Working into the outside edges of the feet, lifting up the inner arches, squeezing those thighs, lifting the knees up towards the hips, dropping that head down. Hands can be on blocks, whatever level of block you want it to be. Coming all the way back up. And then just simply moving round to the left side. Hands walk to the back of the mat. And we are now bending through that left knee. We are in our low lunge. Holding here. Keeping on the ball of that right foot, heel off of the ground. Send the hips up and back, coming into your pyramid. Remembering foot on the ground is probably more accessible. But you can try that neural flossing of bringing that foot up and down, flexing that foot up and down. Basically, that gets your nerves ready for these big versions of our flexibility. Just makes it a little bit more available to you. Or you could hold with that foot completely flexed up. If that foot is flexed, place it back down, coming down to your back knee, untucking the toes, sending the weight back into your half splits. And then crossing that left leg over towards the right side, and then turning the toes towards that right side of the mat. Bring that heel back in line with that left hip, coming back, low lunge. Last time, moving round to the left side, hands down into a wide leg fold. Maybe it feels a little bit easier this time. Keep sending those hips up high. Keep moving the hip bone closer towards the thigh, closing that gap. Remembering that knees, legs don't need to be straight. Really nice job. Coming up again, half lift, walking those hands round to the front of the mat. You are back in your low lunge. Bringing that left leg forward to the front of the mat. Coming into a nice deep forward fold. Feet hips at the distance or more. Dropping that head down, remember knees bent as much as they need to be for belly to rest onto the thighs. Really nice. And bending those legs as much as you can so the bum comes down to the ground. Maybe you need a helping hand to get there. Into your butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Hands can be underneath the feet or onto the calves, wherever they can be. Lifting up, reaching up through that chest, drawing those knees down. Remembering sitting on a block is always a good idea if you feel like you're rolling backwards. You're not sitting right on the top of the sit bones, so the bony part of your bum. If you do want to fold down over those legs, feel free. I'm going to take one more breath wherever you've ended up. And out. Good job. Knees all the way back in, placing those feet down, reaching the arms forward, rolling all the way back onto your backs. Okay. We're going to hug the right knee into our chest. You can keep that left foot on the floor. You can straighten through your left leg. And we're going to come into a hamstring stretch. If you do want that strap around the underneath of the foot, do so. If not, you're holding on to your big toe or your calf or your hamstring, driving up through that heel, up to the sky, thinking about that right shoulder pulling down to the floor. Thinking about those hips being evenly weighted through the ground. For balance, extending the left arm out to the left, and then slowly taking that right leg all the way out to the right. However wide you can get it, with keeping that left hip on the ground so it doesn't lift up and move over to the right. Remembering knees can be bent with both legs. All the way back up to the sky. Crossing over, so holding the outside of the right foot or the right leg with your left hand, extending the right arm out right, and just crossing that left leg slightly over to the left side. It doesn't need to go far for you to feel that stretch, moving down the outside of that right leg. And again, we want to try to ground through that hip. All the way back up and releasing down. So right foot is now down on the ground if the knee is bent, or extending through that right leg, hugging the left knee in, holding on to the big toe or somewhere on the leg and extending. Driving that heel up. Right arm extends to the side as you slowly take that left leg out to the left, keeping that right hip grounded. All the way back up to the sky. Changing the arms, right arm holds onto the outside of the left foot or somewhere down the outside of that leg. Extend the left arm out long and just cross that left leg over to the right just slightly, keeping that left hip on the ground. Foot all the way back up, releasing the grip, placing both feet down to the floor. Feet are down, hips width distance apart. Hands by your sides, maybe they're pushing into the floor to help you or not. And then driving up, squeezing the glutes, belly button to the spine as you peel that back up into your bridge, squeezing those glutes. Maybe you're feeling a nice stretch through the front of the hips. Trying to create a lot of space between the chest and the chin. Driving the crease of the bum forward to the crease underneath the knees. All the way down. Good job. Hugging your knees into your chest, drawing the shoulders down. And then coming into your Shavasana, extending your legs wide as the mat, hands away from the body, palms facing up, closing down the eyes. This is your time to release, to relax. The most important part of our practice. Really allowing the back of the head to sink down. The arms to feel heavy. The belly to feel soft. Hips, glutes, pulling the legs down, all the way down to the feet. If you can stay here for a little bit longer, please do. If not, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, just bringing some gentle movement back into that body. Coming into a big stretch, fingers and toes away from one another. Bending up the knees, rolling over to the right side, keeping the eyes closed, pushing all the way up into your version of a comfortable seat. Hands onto your thighs, palms facing up. And your shoulders dropping down away from the ears, crown of the head reaching up tall. Hands to heart center, bowing the chin to the chest, thumbs to the third eye. Final breath in. And a big sigh. Really good job taking the hands away from the eyes. And blink the eyes open. Thank you so much everyone for joining the class. Really good job. And I hope you had a lovely time. See you next time.